Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another video, a Wotv video, where today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new character added to the water element, and going to be having a nice little chill Friday. So let's take a peek here, starting off with a bit of a pull, because it's free, and we don't want to waste our pulls. By the way, while we're doing this, I'd just like to give a shout out and let people know that I finally made my decision. I decided to go with Renoa. That's right, I went with Renoa because I decided to take people's advice that maybe I was just not going to be using some of the training you are. Yes. And it's kind of just... Anyway, I decided to go with Renoa because just strong general character. Thought she would be better there. So that's what we've gone with. And that's fine. So today we're going to be looking at our new character. Now, the Wotv calc data is still not up. So I'm going to be doing this with a little bit of just partial data that we've translated. Early impressions of this guy, though, probably pretty on the positive side. So for everyone who was hoping that he was going to be good, well, we probably have a pretty good 70 costume. It will be a relief for some people who wanted that. As for the Trust Mastery, also pretty darn good. 395 HP, 10 defense, 8 spirit, and critical avoid. Reduces AP consumption and negates darkness, sleep, and confusion for allies with range. Taking a look here, you can see what the ability looks like. It'll give you a little status protection while also decreasing the amount of bonus for your abilities, which is cool. Now let's take a look at that limit burst animation because we haven't seen it yet. This is actually my first time seeing it too. Pretty cool. Doesn't do a lot of damage at the end there, but we know that's fine. Also, let's see if we... Oh, that's interesting. He doesn't have a gold banner. I wonder if that's a bug. I know this is in the middle of a video, but I just noticed this, so let's use this while we have it. I'm holding everyone hostage on the information. I know. We're not even going to bother. Pretty bad. Guess that's what I get for taking your time, right? Alright. So jumping over into story, don't worry. The good news is that we won't be doing really any spoilers here. We're just going in here so that we can go down and check what our new Dragoon looks like. Now you can see the Hermes sandals. We can also see his new spear here, which has, interestingly, spear attack up, as well as it looks like critical damage, reaction block, and a 70%. When 70 HP is above 70%, he gets a nice little boost on damage by the looks of it. Also, really quickly, just going to double check that with the correlation, but it seems like it is a him thing only. Which these things also, well, I mean, they're just pretty nice to make a unit feel more special and feel like, you know what? This is his weapon. Taking a quick look, single attack resistance up when HP is over 70%. So it was a defensive one. I got a little bit confused. That's okay. So let's take a look at some offense that we have in this party. So here is Breen, looking pretty preen with a lot of net positive stats and everything. We go over here and check out Varus. Varus also pretty high nice stats. Difficult to say. Now let's take a look at our other new character, and you can see here about 7,000 HP, 1,782 attack. You'll also notice that accuracy and evasion are now completely shown in the stats at the bottom here, so be careful. Defense and spirit, 12 apiece. 118 agility, which, just taking a peek versus other characters, is pretty damn fast. Yes, he has the Hermes sandals. It does indicate that he has pretty high base anyway. And 62 for single target resistance with only 9 AoE, so definitely better against single target attacks than AoE. Now, I believe I have talked about his limit burst past, but I'm going to potentially pull up here it is. Destroy the barrier that reduces physical damage, and after reducing target single target attack resistance. Pretty good. You can also lower the AP cost on it. Pretty effective. Taking a look at his subs, Nightblade does have the stun, double resist, spinning slash, injury sword, which significantly reduces activation rate, and AP drain. So no chaining on that. We scroll up and take a look at sniper. It has aiming, slow shot, paralyzed trap, the move one down arrow, target share, which is kind of interesting because it's phantom beast, and raises attack power, which is a pretty decent one. But now we get into his main job. So taking a look at his counter first, it is a counter, preemptive counter with penetration chance when receiving damage. So interesting, a preemptive counter ability that will deal piercing damage. Seems pretty dang strong. By the way, this is early translation of this, so if there is any mistakes, I will correct about it later when we do it in a trial video. Increase speed and attack resistance, and attack and defense penetration seem to be his support skills. If I remember correctly, also gets single target attack resistance as he gets up into his 40. Now, the sub abilities, which we'll take a look at very quickly. Once we get into battle, we'll take a look at his main abilities, so take off that. In we go. With a 118 speed, he should be primarily pretty fast, but we'll see. And look at this, a perfect map to try him out on. Green's still going first. Getting in a shot or two. Green does have TMR runes, if I remember correctly. So that's one reason why she seems so good. This one? No, I think it's this one. Alright, now we get his turn. So let's take a look here. So obviously this one is his buff. Protect effect that increases attack and defense. Reduces physical damage 3 times. That should be this one. So kind of a nice damage reduction effect. What else do we have? That's an AP ability. Ooh, Blessings of Shashryu, which I think could be this one. When an attack hits an ally within the area surrounding yourself for 3 turns, give an effect that reduces the target's piercing attack resistance. 3 turns, recovers own AP, increases single target. Seems pretty good. And there's one more, which is increase own movement and speed for 3 turns. That is in the sub part of his job. So here, interesting little one that you have to give up. But let's run this effect really quickly. We'll wait for the enemies to come close to us. Essentially getting hit with some AoE attacks there. Fine. So let's take a look here. Base attack seems plenty fine. I don't know if I would say that it's anything amazing. The limit burst, potentially against a stronger character. Seems generally pretty strong, pretty good range on it too, not incredible. And now we're going to look at some of his other abilities. I think we're going to start with the sub ones. This one, Stunning Lance, medium damage, stun effect for 1 turn. Big AoE, but also reminds me of Glassy's attack, if I'm thinking of the correct one. Interesting, not incredible. The other one is the Quick Dragoon Clove, which is his support skill. So those are the two in his sub. Now we're going to take a look at the main one. So let's go here. Drain Jump. Jumps and damages the target small after a certain period of time. Absorbs the damage dealt. Doesn't say percentage or numbers on this, but I would assume that it's a slight %, 280 casting time. Next one, 27 AP. This is the Dispel Spear, which removes enhancements, also reduces range attack resistance, or some attack resistance. So interesting. And then what else? Drain Jump is the 13. Wait, this is Drain Jump? This must be Dragon Dive. Damage after jumping and reducing target's piercing attack resistance return after a period. Okay, that makes a little more sense. That's the one. So this one is the Drain Jump, which has a much shorter range, which makes it generally less good. And then what do we have here? 26 AP. This should be his last ability. Dragon Horn Piercing Spear. Damage to the target that is easy to hit, large, and penetrating. So this should be a sure hit ability. 100% accuracy, which is kind of nice. What am I saying? It's just generally nice. Yep. Full accuracy. Yes, it is piercing. All right, let's see what happens. Ooh, nice insta-cast, strong ability. And obviously it does have piercing damage, so it can go right through. All right, let's head. I mean, just the fact that this guy is a spear user means that he will be generally pretty good. Let's see what the HP is on this. Oh, he's pretty fast. I actually missed that. It was way too fast. We'll get him to do it again. Much slower this time. Oh my goodness. Have you ever played this game without speed up? We should be fine to cast it here. So Drain Jump. 9,000. Here we go. Up. Have to wait a bit. Wow, it's just 100% of the HP, so incredibly short range, but really punishing to the enemy if it goes off. I have to say, I'm quite interested in this character. I don't think would really change too much. I mean, he still does have the overall casting time, which this can be a problem, and he doesn't have Oberon's homing jumps. It's something they keep refusing to give, but I have to admit, Drain Jump is very powerful for being a damage type that is kind of not really looked at right now. So a lot of teams aren't super prepared against it, piercing is a potential blind spot for some teams. But I also just think the idea of using it seems very viable if you're getting that kind of heal off, and he does have some defense. I'm not going to say he's great or amazing, but he is a 70 cost character, and he does seem incredibly effective at what he does for a 70 cost character, and he gives water a little more flexibility in the type of damage it is dealing. So yeah, I think overall a successfully good character. Right, looks pretty good, but as a 70 cost permanent unit, definitely not impossible to pull from draws later. So anyway, that'll be all for the peek at this character. We'll do a little bit more of a PvP test next time. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.